So let's talk about making a plan as a golfer. Your practice plan, performance plan, that kind of thing. Because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. Sure, many people have heard that before, but it's absolutely true. If you don't have any idea what you're planning to do, it's very likely that you're just wandering in the dark. So it's okay to have a goal in mind as a golfer. Maybe you want to be a tour pro. Maybe you just want to play a few mini tour tournaments. Maybe you just want to shoot in the 70s consistently. Or maybe just get out of the 90s and the 100s. I just want to shoot in the 80s and be able to hang out with my friends and get through a round of golf. Cool. So that's your overall goal, but if you have that in mind, you know where you're trying to get. So when you get there, you know you've accomplished it and you have a sense of satisfaction and you can enjoy your growth and enjoy the rounds you play with friends. Um, but there's also seasonal goals. Now, what are you trying to accomplish this season? Because maybe you're not going to get it this year. Maybe like I've got a lot to work on. Maybe there's some things in the swing that you got to work on. Maybe working on the ball striking, working on reducing your count of lost balls, missed shot, wasted shots, just reducing your overall score by a certain number of strokes. But you got to think about how you're going to do it, right? I remember when I was first starting to golf, I remember when I came up with my plan, I was like, all right, I'm going to get out of this 90 thing. And I knew exactly what to do. It's like if I stop losing balls, I'll be in the 80s easy. Because I'm getting off the tee, I'm getting to the green, but hitting a ball out of bounds or losing it over there, not being able to find it, not going to lead to a lower score. So I knew if I could just reduce the number of lost balls, not have any lost balls during a round, I'd be in the 80s easily. But that was my own sense of self-diagnosis saying, just what's going on in the game, what's going on in the round, right? So that comes into like, what are my daily practice goals? When I go into a practice session, what am I trying to accomplish? Is it again, working on that ball striking? Is this happening because my posture is slouching? I'm not hitting every shot from the same good posture. Making have is it because my swing path is crazy and I just get lazy? It's having to understand what you're doing when things go wrong and being able to, self-correct, right? And then there's what you're trying to accomplish during a round. You know, everything you want to happen right now may not. But if you have a progression, if you can feel a sense of that this is a journey, then every time you play a round, you can have a goal. Say, okay, last round, if I was left of the pin, I might spray it too far to the right, trying to be too aggressive and get a fade because I don't like the way it sets up. Well, that's something you can be working on. If it's, hey, I just want to hit every ball solid, which is really hard to do, but it can be done through focus and practice. So that's going to require, doubling back to the daily practice routine and putting that in practice and being able to hit all those balls solid, but then carrying it over into the individual round goal. You know, sometimes you just want to, this round, I just don't want to expect myself. I don't want to expect that I'm going to hit the 3-wood, off the deck 280. I'm going to make a good swing. I know if my roundabout distance for this club is maybe it's 230 to 250. I just want to hit a good 3-wood. If it gets where I want it to go, great. As long as it don't spray it to the right or spray it to the left, I'm doing the thing that I want to accomplish. So it's having some goals in mind and giving yourself a sense of satisfaction, a sense of growth outside of just the number, right? Because golf isn't always just about the number. Golf is so much more out, inside the camaraderie, inside just getting around the success of completing the round. These are things that not everybody can do. So having a goal in mind definitely will give you a clear, you know, a clear item in the distance to shoot for that when you achieve it, you actually can, celebrate yourself and feel some success. So think about some of these goals and apply them to your sessions.